All right, week before the big event. There's so many places to go with this one this year. I am actually going to do something a little different. A number of people have told me that they are considering roasting a chicken for Thanksgiving this year because turkeys are not small birds and they feed a lot. And if you're twosome or maybe just family of four or whatever, you're smaller, this might be a great alternative. So what I would like to share today is how to spatchcock a chicken. If you don't know what that means, it's where you remove the backbone of the chicken and you're able to flatten out the bird with the skin side up in a sheet pan. And I'm going to surround mine doing a kind of a Thanksgiving play on this one. Normally I have just done it with regular like Yukon Golds or red potatoes, but I'm going to do sweet potatoes and some Brussels sprouts surrounding my spatchcocked chicken. And it's a one pan wonder. Put it in the oven, 45 minutes later, you've got a full meal with your potato and your veggie and your bird, and from there you can go wherever. If you are curious about the word spatchcock, it apparently comes from the Irish and it has to do with something called dispatching the cock. So referring to the bird, go get the bird, and it was a quick thing they would grab a bird to make a meal for somebody. At least that's a few of the different definitions I read. So kind of a strange word, but a really cool process and possibly a great alternative for your Thanksgiving. If not, a great option for any weeknight meal if you want just a one sheet pan meal. It's great with lots of leftovers if it's just a small crowd. So all right, let's get started. Hi. So this is my best angle I got for you. All right, unwrap the bird. So I got my little chicken out, and sometimes check the cavity of the chicken. So inside, sometimes right in here, there's like a little package where they've packaged the innards of the chicken. And if you're not sure which side is the breast and which side is the back, look inside. You'll see the two like wishbones inside here, and then you'll definitely see more bones and kind of a split. Also, the breast is much more plump, and the back is a little more rigid. So the back is the side with the wings on top. That's the back. It's kind of sad to think about. This is a bird. This is just a plastic wrap, by the way, that my bird came in. I opened this in the sink though, so that any juices would drain, but now it's just sitting here. And just gonna get started. So, kitchen shears. I do have another pair that are a little skinnier, not as meaty. They're from Pampered Chef and they work great. These are my ones from culinary school, but if you do need a decent pair of scissors for this. So, there's this little like kind of tail that sticks out, and you're just gonna go to one side of the tail and you're just gonna start making some cuts. And you're basically just gonna go straight down the bird. Takes a little bit of effort. It's not too bad though. And you're gonna stay to that side. You're not going down the center. You're only going down the side of this center spine. All right, and yep, that's why you need those big scissors. Flip her around, okay? Oven's ready. There's a little tail thingy sticking out on this side. Just go to the other side of that. Begin making your cuts. You wanna watch your fingers as you go through. You can save this backbone if you want, if you like to make stock with your bones. Totally can be a little bit tough right here. You guys can hopefully see it. But trust me, if I can do it, you can do it. Backbone removed. Set that aside. Now, here's my chicken. So it's all opened up inside, and if you're like real squeamish, this might not be your dish, but I don't think it's gross. I think it's cool. And done with these. I like to take a knife and just kind of pop it right here, give it a little bit of a cut right in the center. That kind of begins that breastbone being ready to kind of split in two. So now I've got my sheet tray ready to go. I like to put parchment paper down. I'm gonna pick up my bird. Oh, before I do that, I want to, well, it'll be okay. I was gonna say I can do a little seasoning. I'm gonna remove one glove so I can season with a little bit of salt on that inside. Sometimes if you're worried about cross-contamination, It's good to do your seasoning on a side plate, and then you can, well, we'll clean my pepper grinder. Then you can not cross-contaminate and just have the seasoning all ready to go on the side plate. So I'm gonna take the chicken, pick it up, flip it over, pop out those legs, and now give it a nice hump, and you hear a little pop. That's it. And if you want, you can tuck your wings under. I just leave the wings out right as they are. So that, if you guys can see, that's the beginning of the spatchcocking. So now all of the skin is exposed and all of the parts are even for the most part with cooking, so it's gonna cook much quicker and much more even. All right, part 2. I'm gonna flip this around. I'm gonna lift my skin and move this to the side. I'm just gonna get this hand chickeny, it's fine. And with your finger, lift the skin and just begin to kind of pierce through. And see how I'm opening up, making little pockets? You would do the same thing if you were doing a turkey, by the way, if you wanted to put some seasoning under there. So what I'm planning to do is I made a little compound butter. All that means is I took butter and I added stuff to it. So I added some sage and some thyme and salt and pepper. If you were just doing this for a regular weeknight chicken, what I normally will do is I love garlic and lemon and also maybe some thyme. Underneath this leg, I'll also go and just kind of look for your little opening. Put your finger, you don't have to get butter everywhere, but I'm gonna get out of my glove. It's easier to touch. Hopefully you guys can see. Sorry, I don't have the most ideal setting, but I'm gonna take some of this butter, lift up the skin, and with my little spatula and putting my finger right on here, I'm gently pulling my knife, and now I can kind of mush it around inside the chicken. This will give your bird so much flavor. So it's about a tablespoon or so. In total, I used a half a cup of butter. So now that my spatula's in there with the butter, I scooch it off this, and now I can kind of mush it around under the skin. It works so good. Also gonna be spreading some butter outside the skin. Let's do a little bit inside the leg right here. Same idea. Pop that in there, make it like lift the opening. I'll show you again on the other side. So I'm gonna lift the opening, butter on the spatula, put that in under the skin, and now my hand's on here, and I just pull it off. And then I just smooth it out and kind of mush that around. Again, the flavor is so good. And all this was, again, was thyme, sage, salted butter, and salt and pepper. That was it. So the butter that I'm spreading on here now will also make the skin nice and golden. And then you guys, we're almost done. This comes together super quick, super, super quick. I'm just taking time to explain it to you. Over here, I got some sweet potatoes and some Brussels sprouts, and I'm just gonna put those around the bird. And then this is going in the oven, and that will be it. I already tossed these with some oil and then seasoned them with salt and pepper. And you can see, I just kind of spread these guys out evenly around the bird, leaving all the parts of the bird exposed. And this is that one sheet, beautiful dinner. Kind of even those guys out, all ready to go. This is gonna go in the oven and be so glorious and so yummy in only 45 minutes. All right, see you in a bit. Doesn't that look good? You guys, this is so easy. And I know I took a long time explaining the details of how to like break this bad boy open, but really I wasn't chit-chatting and telling you every little detail. It really is so fast. And the variety, if you're like, I don't like sweet potatoes, cool, do Yukon Golds or Idahos or baking potatoes, whatever. I just wanted to kind of lend itself toward, like, first off, pretty color and Thanksgiving. Now, you might have noticed when my awesome cameraman zoomed in, there was a little bit of sparkle of red. So I took some dried cranberries that I had and I sprinkled those on for the last like 10 minutes. So they just kind of heated up. I didn't want them to go the whole time, but it also is a nod to the kind of the Thanksgiving feel I'm trying to do with this one sheet meal. So I'm just gonna get right into it. It's first off, it smells so good in my house. going right for the leg. I like that dark meat. Oh my gosh. It's juicy. I want some crispy skin. I'm gonna first just go just chicken. I'm losing it, hold on. I'm taking a long time, sorry people. I'm going just chicken, just so I can talk about that to start. How do you do? Whoa, that is so juicy. Super flavorful. The compound butter just gives it such like lusciousness and flavor to it. You really taste the sage and thyme, but it's not overpowering. I feel like mostly I taste chicken. If you wanted to jazz it up in another alternative way, if you're just doing a weeknight dinner with the spatchcock chicken, like I said, you could do smash like a couple cloves of garlic. I'll give a couple alternatives in the recipe below the video of different compound butters you could try with this guy. Okay, so now my Brussels. Oh my gosh. You would want to kind of do these are stuck. You would want to do a kind of a relatively hearty vegetable with this because it goes for 45 minutes at 425. This will convert you. The juiciness with the chicken juices that are in here, you taste the flavor, but it's really simple. And then a little sweet potato in here. Oh yeah, this is good. Perhaps it's your Thanksgiving alternative this year. As you are maybe on your own or not having a big crowd, it could be something different. And then load up on all your fun sides if you want. One option for a weeknight, for Thanksgiving, whatever it is. I want to let you guys know I will not be here next week, the Wednesday before Thanksgiving. I know everybody will be busy, probably making their own things or whatever. There's lots of great resources out there for you, but I am going to be on my Instagram channel at Delight of the Bite. So tune in there. I'll be doing little stories throughout the week next week with just little things that I'm doing. So tune in that way and you can see some things that way, and then I'll be back in December. Oh my gosh. All right, you guys. Thank you so much. Delight of the Bite. That's me, Katie Kripane, signing off. Thank you so much for watching. Tell your friends, subscribe, share. Yeah, tell your friends. That's what I normally say. I want to dig into this. I'm a little distracted. All right. Thanks for watching. Have a wonderful Thanksgiving. I am thankful for all of the people that tune in to my long, chitty chatty videos and just your support. It's so awesome. Happy Thanksgiving. See you in a few weeks.